but there's still a lot of work left to be done. It is very important that we recognize the vital role today of nonprofits such as Habitat for Humanity. It just so happens that I've had several opportunities to visit build sites, especially on Women's Build Days, where we go out and we actually build together. And with that, future homeowners actually have the opportunity through work to build work equity and to actually receive the opportunity to walk into the front door and be able to call it their home as a homeowner. With that, I ask for us to support SR 71.
Senator Durazo, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise also in strong support of SR 71. Home ownership is one of the most powerful avenues for achieving economic mobility, especially for low-income working families. I'm a proud co-author of this resolution because community-based building models opens the door of home ownership to families who otherwise would never afford to purchase a home. Habitat for Humanity, as my colleague just mentioned, has created these opportunities throughout my district, including making the dream of home ownership come true in the 710 corridor.
It is one of the most significant wealth-building tools that remain a core part of the American dream shared across party lines. In fact, 96% of Americans, regardless of socioeconomic background, believe home ownership is the cornerstone of the American dream. I do want to flag that today many first-time home buyers are purchasing their first home at the ripe age of 40. A significant shift from previous generations who were able to buy much earlier, in fact, at the age of 24. This is a deep concern of what we are doing in the housing market across the board. Many people today are renters in California, some living multi-generational households in a rental unit. Again, we need to prioritize home ownership, affordable housing, and housing for all. I respectfully ask for an aye vote. Thank you.
Expensive as a typical U.S. home of the same tier in other states. Frankly, way out of reach in my entire district. Home ownership is unattainable for many Californians, and the cost of building and buying homes continues to rise, creating affordable home ownership opportunities for working families become even more urgent. Nonprofit builders like Habitat for Humanity are a great example of doing more for less and meaningfully contributing to the housing stock to improve affordability across the state of California. I've had the honor of working with Habitat for Humanity. I have no building skills, but they accept all volunteers, and the opportunity to be able to go in, meet the future homeowner, work alongside them to be able to have their dream become a reality is a really emotional experience. And if you've never seen a family receive a key to the home that they are purchasing, you have missed out, because it is the most emotional experience to see little kids beside themselves because they finally have a room to call their own. And so this resolution is critically important. I want to thank my author and respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Becoming a homeowner is a significant milestone in a person's life. It signals economic stability, generational wealth building, and housing security. Owning a home should be affordable to all Californians, especially for lower income families and people of color. Homeownership means more than just acquiring property. It's about planting roots, building a legacy, and creating a sense of belonging within a community. And for many, it becomes the testament to their American dream. Nonprofits and agents of change, as has been mentioned earlier, like Habitat for Humanity, help build this reality by increasing the supply of affordable housing and strengthening our neighborhoods. This is a critical way to address the racial and economic disparities that persist for aspiring homeowners. California must remedy these wrongs by producing more housing, creating more pathways to home ownership, and supporting the creation of intergenerational wealth for all its residents.
Not only the California dream, but generations to come will see that promise of America come to fruition. Habitat for Humanity is about more than building homes. It's about lifting families out of poverty and restoring dignity. and humanity, stability, and hope that every single family here in California deserves. When a family has a safe place to lay their head at night, children do better in schools, parents can pursue opportunities, and entire communities rise together as one. In a moment when housing insecurity is pushing people to the brink, Habitat reminds us that compassion paired with action can change the trajectory of someone's life. Habitat for Humanity is about community, and I certainly appreciate them working together with locals. I've had the honor of working with them on so many projects in the San Gabriel Valley, building homes, converting churches into affordable housing. And so whenever we see the opportunity to support, I encourage all of us to step up, not only with our time, with support, but also with funding. They do great work, and I hope that we continue to support these organizations in our community that really do miracles in terms of bringing families into the forefront and not behind the scenes.
In California, but the focus has been on building rental housing and not affordable homeownership opportunities. And as the new chair of the Senate Housing Committee, this will be a key focus of our work. I know it's going to be the focus of the work in the Assembly to look at how do we incentivize the construction of new entry-level homeownership opportunities in California, because it's people like me and people like my friends in my generation who can't afford the cost of a home in the communities that they live in and they represent. The median home in Berkeley is $2 million. So many people of my generation and people throughout California who are longtime renters, working families, people of color, are priced out of our housing market because we have a supply problem, and that impacts the availability and affordability of homeownership in California. I want to just thank my colleagues for noting the systemic barriers that exist, which are due to intentional decisions by government through redlining to racially exclude communities from living in certain parts of our state. And if we are committed to racial equity as a state, we need to advance efforts to expand affordable homeownership opportunities in the state for all people in California, to make sure that we are opening the doors of opportunity, generational wealth for Californians in our state. So in conjunction with the passage of SR 71, which we just adopted, thank you, colleagues, with me on the floor today and in the gallery, and we just heard them, are members of Habitat for Humanity from different regions and communities all over California who are here in Sacramento today to meet with all of us during Habitat for Humanity's annual Advocacy Day. And their presence here today is a powerful reminder that affordable homeownership isn't abstract, it's real, it's local, it's happening in the districts that are represented by all of us in this chamber. This work is largely funded by the Cal Home program, California's only state program dedicated to producing and preserving affordable homeownership for low-income families. Cal Home doesn't just help families buy homes, it builds new homes, it creates permanent affordability, and ensures those homes remain affordable for future generations. And through shared equity models, deed restrictions, and resale covenants, Cal Home's investments are protected and multiplied over time. Habitat for Humanity and Cal Home ensure that these homes get built to stabilize families, strengthen neighborhoods, and remain affordable for the next generation, exactly the kind of long-term public return California should be investing in. So please join me in giving a warm Senate welcome to our friends from Habitat for Humanity in recognition of the work that they do to make the dream of homeownership a reality in our communities across the state.
Welcome to the State Senate, and thank you so much for what you do.